welcome back to another video. So where we left off last time was we had our application running, we had everything installed, and we had a problem, and that was our API, our front end project, was pointing to our hard coded localhost 8000 API. And now we're running in production, and what we want to do is we want to change our URLs in production to hit buildingstreaks.com/API and then add that, and then add the rest of the call. And then locally, we still want to do localhost 8000 slash and then the rest of the call. So this definitely is, we definitely have a use case for just using an environmental variable. And so I've actually already went ahead and set this up, and then I'm going to show you how I built this project and stuff like that, and we'll get it running. So the first thing we did was, and let me pull up one of our task lists, and right here. So we are going to have this new process environmental variable, and we've got it's called React App API URL. Now, the interesting thing that I noticed when I was trying to actually add these was originally I was just trying to add API URL, and it was not really working. Apparently with Create React App, you need to prepend everything with this React App, and then you'll add your environmental variable. So just keep that in mind if you're trying to copy along with this. So we've got this new variable now, and essentially the rest of our routes will remain the same. So just where are we going to actually specify this? Let me pull me out of the way. So in our Docker Compose on our local machine, we are going to, so our API is just at localhost 8000. And then actually we're going to need some better practices over time of where we store these environment variables, especially as we go to production, but we're not worried about that yet. For now, we're only running this build in production, and so we just specify it right here. So this is our buildingstreaks.com/API. So if I come over to the server, I actually already had built this in the past, but we can run it again. So you can see this API URL is being built. It takes a little bit of time. Come over here and come to our next steps. And yeah, this is all we're going to be doing today. And then our next, we still have a lot of cleanup to do with some of our pipelines. And we still really, in order to get this code, I actually had to come into the server itself and git pull, and then get my changes that way, which is kind of a pain. We want to avoid having to SSH into the server. So our web project is built, and now we are going to, if we come over to our React app and we just sign in, this is looking good. However, we're getting this 502. Let's check out. We're hitting buildingstreaks.com/API/task. The problem is our server is not running. Now we're going to have to work on this, getting our API to run all the time, because right now the only reason why it's not working is because we are not running the server. We literally have to run the server still right now, and that's what this command is doing. This is running nodemon. We are going to switch this in our next video, so this is actually running in the background for us. But once I do that and then I refresh, there's our test task. So we'll delete this guy, and we'll see we're actually hitting, so we'll test 2, we'll add this, and we can actually add some streaks, and they're calculating. So pretty short and sweet video today. Our next one, we'll make this guy green now. In our next video, we are going to be doing this git node running in the background, and that way we don't actually have to come into the server and run this. Because here's the interesting thing: if I close and then I refresh, our page is no longer going to work. our page will work, but our API is not going to get hit because we're no longer running that server. So yeah, so our API is down again. So we're going to take care of that in our next video, and I will see you then.